There are currently over 3 billion people, almost half of the world's population, living on less than $2.50 a day. Many people think this poverty mostly occurs in developing countries in the Southern Hemisphere. However, poverty is a global problem and is closer to home than one might think. In the US, there are 46.7 million people living below the poverty line, and this number is increasing. Poverty causes many problems for people, such as hunger and homelessness. Living in poverty also negatively impacts people's educations and savings, which in turn negatively impacts their ability to escape poverty or pass any wealth on to their children. How can we help to solve this problem? The simple answer is to share the wealth. The top 1% of the population currently owns 40% of the national wealth. Sharing is theoretically a very easy thing to do. However, convincing people to share may be difficult. This is where we come in. We will convince people through harnessing the power of games. We have devised 3 strategies that use gamification to encourage people to engage in their communities in ways that will help to relieve the plights of those currently living in poverty. For our first gamification strategy, we have designed an app that will encourage people to share by tracking how much its users donate to charitable community organizations such as shelters, soup kitchens, etc. The users will be able not only to donate directly through the app to specific charities such as Tom Chase Shabos and the Whole Planet Foundation, who we have partnered with, but they will also be able to manually enter monetary and volunteer time donations in order to earn extra points. This app turns regular, boring charity donation into a game and uses psychological mechanisms such as intrinsic motivation, goal setting, and competition to engage its users. The players can earn badges, unlock achievements, and earn in-game prizes and money. Users will be able to see how they compare to others on weekly leaderboards. To spread awareness of this app, we have created a series of seminars to be held at town hall meetings in neighborhoods across the country. This leads into our second gamification strategy. In the seminars, we will use educationally modified versions of 3 popular games, Monopoly, Scrabble, and Raffle, in order to raise awareness of the difficulties that people in poverty face. We will also be collaborating with local businesses in order to secure prizes for our games. This fact will be advertised in the event posters in order to ensure that we have a sizable audience. The prizes and posters will vary according to the area of each seminar, of course. Our educational games will help our listeners to truly absorb the information that we are giving them by making the learning process fun and appealing to several cognitive learning styles. In our first game, we will divide the audience into groups of 6 people that will play a seemingly traditional game of Monopoly. However, each person in a group will be assigned a different economic class and will receive a different amount of money according to his assigned class. The classes are as follows: the 1%, who will be given $6,300, the 5%, who will be given $3,750, the upper middle, who will be given $2,400, the middle, who will be given $1,500, the lower, who will be given $1,050, and the poverty class, who will be given $765. For our second game, we will hold a raffle. We will divide the room into 4 groups: the 1%, whose members will receive 8 tickets, the 5%, whose members will receive 4 tickets, the middle class, whose members will receive 2 tickets, and the poverty class, whose members will each receive 1 ticket. For our last game, we will divide the room into 2 groups representing the wealthy and the poor. Each player will receive a pool of letters from which they must create as many words as they are able. However, the poverty group's members will have the most common letters R, S, T, L, N, and E removed from their letter pools. These games will allow our audiences to experience firsthand a watered-down version of the unfairnesses and difficulties that poverty creates for people living in it. After playing the games, we will hold an open discussion / question-answer session in which people can voice their thoughts and emotions regarding the games and how they relate to people living in poverty. The goal is to raise awareness and to foster empathy through experience. After the discussion, we will introduce our app. We will present the app as an easy and fun way for our audience to give back to the community and to share the wealth. In addition to introducing our app, we will also introduce a third gamification strategy. We will hand out several scavenger hunts lists to our audience and explain that donated time can be as valuable as donated money in relieving the plight of people living in poverty. By collaborating with local charitable organizations such as Haircuts for the Homeless, Habitat for Humanity, Friends of Boston's Homeless, and the Glamour Project, we will create a volunteering scavenger hunt. In order to complete the scavenger hunt, each audience member will spend at least 1 hour volunteering at each organization on the list. The organizations will give the players a completion confirmation number that they can enter into our app in order to win bonus prizes. The players who complete everything on the list will earn a special volunteering master badge in the app. This strategy serves to get people into the app by offering a fun, competitive, and non-monetary way to test the app out. These gamification strategies won't end global poverty overnight. Ending poverty is going to take time and effort from people all over the world, but our ideas are a step in the right direction. By educating people, fostering empathy, and playing to the brain's natural drives for goal setting, competition, and community connection, we will be able to make a difference in the lives of people suffering under the burden of poverty.